Kamakshi. I'm very happy to see a lot of people here today, but most importantly, to see two brilliant young professionals, Dr. Kamakshi Dhamija and Dr. Ayush Agarwal. I really have made a very brief introduction because अगर हम इनके पूरे introduction देने लगे तो सारा program इसी में निकल जाएगा. They are so highly qualified, so highly awarded, both of them, that it would be, I will really have to keep it short. So starting with Dr. Kamakshi, Dr. Kamakshi Dhamija is currently working as a senior consultant in the Department of Neurology, Max Hospital in Vaishali. She started very young as on her career of brilliance. She was a guest at the Republic Day Parade of 2003 for securing All India second position in CBSE that year. She has completed her MBBS from Maharishi Dayanand University, Rohtak, followed by an MD in General Medicine from Indraprasth University in 2013. She went on to further specialize in neurology, completing her DM in neurology from Delhi University in 2018. Her areas of special interest are demyelinating diseases, of course, of which MS is a large part, along with neuroimmunology and headache. Her list of awards and medals sounds like a Olympic medal tally. Dr. Kamakshi is the recipient of the Inderjeet Diwan Gold Medal, Physiology Society Gold Medal, 6 silver medals, 2 bronze medals during graduation. Dr. Kamakshi has more than 30 publications to her credit, including 9 book chapters and articles in national and international journals. Her research papers include use of popular drugs like rituximab and switching therapies in MS, and stem cell therapy is also of interest to her. So welcome, Dr. Kamakshi, and we are very pleased to see you here today. To introduce our other esteemed guest today, Dr. Ayush Agarwal. He is working as assistant professor in neurology at the All India Institute of Medical Sciences, or AIIMS, in New Delhi. His medical education and training started in 2006 when he joined Kasturba Medical College in Mangalore for MBBS. Thereafter, he did his MD in internal medicine at Sarojini Naidu College in Agra and DM in neurology at AIIMS, New Delhi. He's been deeply interested in stroke, post-stroke epilepsy, and primary central nervous system vasculitis and neuroprotection in stroke. But apart from stroke and its care, he also has interest in MS, and he has been actively involved in clinical neurology and research for the past few years. He loves to teach, he tells us, he loves to teach, and his aim is to be able to increase awareness, especially regarding stroke, which can save hundreds of lives. He has also published over 50 papers in PubMed and indexed national and international journals, including being part of a randomized controlled trial on stroke drugs, which has been one of the biggest trials in the world. On the personal front, he complains he's always having a bad hair day. I don't believe that, Dr. Ayush, because you're looking particularly handsome today. Dr. Ayush is also an avid sports fan. He loves watching India play every sport, but his favorites are Federer in tennis, Verstappen and Alonso in the F1 races, and Manchester United in football. He has a gentle side. He loves animals. And of course, his family is his soft spot, he tells us. So here we are, two brilliant young minds, and they will talk to you not only about MS, but how we can navigate our personal lives and how we can improve the quality of our life by not only looking after ourselves, but also looking after and taking care of each other. The motto for this MS Day is navigating MS together. So caregivers और जो person with MS है, वो दोनों मिल के कैसे hand in hand चल के we can make our lives better. So over to you all. Thank you.
Yeah, Dr. Kamakshi, you know that you must have diagnosed a number of MS people, and Dr. Ayush, even you. And as Meenakshi says, this is something, MS has got all its problems separate. then there is this emotional impact on MS is a very key issue which we have to take up. We've decided to take up. I think it is for the first time we have taken it up. And I would like to hear from you. I mean, your experience, Dr. Kamakshi, what did you see during your course of treatment regarding emotional impact of these young MS people?
So, good evening, everyone. I thank Meenakshi ma'am for the kind introduction which she has given to both of us. So, it is like a great experience to see so many people joining us together for discussion on this topic, which pertains pertainly to the emotional aspect of MS. So, when we talk about MS, we so frequently talk about the physical symptoms, as in numbness, tingling, etc., 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 which constitutes the main core part of the management in such patients. However, not only we as patients, but also we as caregivers and the doctors who treat MS very frequently ignore the emotional aspect, which is so sternly attached with people with MS, not only with the patients, but also with the caregivers. So much so that when a patient is diagnosed with MS, the, the person who is diagnosed, he or she being accepting the disease, living through a stage of denial, then acceptance, the anger, frustration, and finally taking to a path where he accepts and takes the treatment. It is the biggest hurdle which any caregiver or the physician faces for the same.
मैम एक रिक्वेस्ट है आपसे, आप इंग्लिश और
Yeah.
हिंदी मिक्स करिए प्लीज़,
Okay.
क्योंकि यहाँ पे बहुत पेशेंट्स ऐसे हैं जो विलेज से ज्वाइन कर रहे हैं, तो उनके लिए आसान रहेगा.
Right. So, just translating it to whatever I have said till now. जब भी कोई पेशेंट हम लोगों के पास एमएस के साथ डायग्नोज होता है, फिजिकल सिम्टम्स अपार्ट, फिजिकल सिम्टम्स या उसकी जो प्रॉब्लम है उसको अगर हम साइड पे रख दें, ऐसे बहुत सारे इमोशनल चीजें या मेंटल हेल्थ इश्यूज ऐसे पेशेंट्स के साथ लिंक्ड हो जाती हैं. जस्ट एक डायग्नोसिस, एक एमएस का डायग्नोसिस कैरी करना, स्टिल नाउ वी हैव कम सो फार डाउन. देयर इज अ स्टिग्मा अटैच्ड टू दिस डिजीज एमएस. जब भी कोई पेशेंट आता है, द फर्स्ट थिंग इज कि इसकी जिंदगी का क्या होगा, ये आगे कितना चलेगी, दवाइयां कितनी चलेंगी, व्हाट अबाउट द मैरिज लाइफ, व्हाट अबाउट द इश्यूज फर्दर पर्टेनिंग अहेड. So it is not only diagnosing a patient, it is about dealing with every emotional and the mental aspect जो एक पेशेंट के डायग्नोज होने से वहां आगे चलता है. जिस तरह के पेशेंट, फॉर एग्जाम्पल लेट्स से आई हैव एमएस, में जब डायग्नोसिस एमएस होता है, इट कम्स एज अ बिग हर्डल फॉर द पेशेंट कि आगे की लाइफ मेरी कैसे बीतेगी. लॉट्स ऑफ क्वेश्चंस पर्टेनिंग टू इट, आगे क्या होगा, मैं प्रोफेशनल लाइफ में कैसे करूंगी, मेरी शादी का क्या होगा, एंड क्वेश्चंस लाइक दिस. So it is about how you feel having this disease, how you feel you can come over this disease, and how you can deal. Not only the patients, patient के caregivers who are equally concerned, because ये जो population है, they are young people who are so productive in their professional life, their career lies ahead. इन सब चीजों को deal करना, it produces stress for the patients. So now it is not only that कोई disease अपने साथ कुछ implications लेके आती है कि आगे की लाइफ का क्या होगा. दिस इज अ स्ट्रेस एंड एंजाइटी व्हिच अ पेशेंट सफर्स व्हेन ही और शी इज डायग्नोज्ड विद द डिजीज. एंजाइटी के साथ कुछ कुछ ऐसे थॉट्स आना कि मेरे साथ क्यों, व्हाई मी. सेकेंडली, इसी चीज को लेके कुछ वर्थलेसनेस, होपलेसनेस फील करना. दे आर सो कॉमन विद द डिजीज, एंड आई वुड से कि नॉट ऑल पेशेंट्स सबके साथ नहीं है, बट देयर इज अ गुड परसेंटेज ऑफ पेशेंट्स, अराउंड 50 to 70%, who face these mental health issues. Thirdly, not only the victim of carrying anxiety, depression, the hardcore words, but simple as stress of dealing with the situation. Fourthly, it is like एक डिजीज के साथ डायग्नोस होना और उसके साथ रहना. ये हुआ क्यों? ऐसा नहीं कि ये एमएस प्रॉब्लम ही मेंटल हेल्थ इश्यूज लेकर आती है. इट इज लाइक कुछ सोसाइटी ने अपने साथ एक स्टिग्मा जोड़ दिया इस बीमारी को लेके, जिसको डील करना पेशेंट्स और केयर गिवर्स के लिए मुश्किल रहता है. सो व्हाट आई वुड लाइक टू एम्फसाइज इज इट इज नॉट ओनली द फिजिकल पार्ट ऑफ द डिजीज which needs to be taken care of. We as caregivers, we as doctors should also address this hidden emotional aspect of MS, जो एक holistic, एक पूरी केयर की पूरी केयर करने में पेशेंट्स को मदद देती हैं. आई थिंक आयुष यू कैन टेक ओवर नाउ.
Yes, Ayush.
Thank you, MSSI, for giving me this opportunity and for the kind introduction. जो डॉक्टर कामाक्षी ने बोला है उसके बारे में ही मैं थोड़ा सा और बताना चाहूँगा कि MS की डायग्नोसिस में सबसे ज़्यादा इमोशनल एस्पेक्ट जो मैंने देखा है वो आता है, क्योंकि अनलाइक हाइपरटेंशन, डायबिटीज़, MS एक अनकॉमन बीमारी है फॉर द कॉमन पीपल. तो अगर किसी को आप बोलते हो आपको हार्ट अटैक हो गया, आपको स्ट्रोक हो गया, आपको कोई और बीमारी हो गई जो कॉमन है, तो उसको यूजुअली मरीज रिलेट कर पाता है कि अच्छा हाँ हमने सुना है इस बीमारी के बारे में. बट मल्टीपल स्क्लेरोसिस यूजुअली क्योंकि अनकॉमन है, तो बहुत सारे मरीज ऐसे होते हैं जो परिवार में या उनके नोन टू सर्कल में पहला ऐसा बीमारी के बारे में उन्होंने सुना होता है. तो इट कम्स लाइक अ शॉक टू मोस्ट पेशेंट्स कि बीमारी एक्चुअली है क्या. So there is a fear of the unknown to begin with. एक बार उन्हें पता चल जाए, उन्हें समझ में आ जाए MS क्या होता है, आप उन्हें बता दो तो थोड़ा सा वो संभलते हैं. बट द नेक्स्ट प्रॉब्लम दैट हैपेंस इज गूगल. क्योंकि गूगल पे आप कोई भी सिम्टम डालो या कोई भी बीमारी के बारे में पढ़िए तो यूजुअली वो इतना निहिलिस्टिक लिखा होता है कि उन्हें लगता है यार अब तो 5 साल की जिंदगी बची है, 10 साल की बची है, मेरी शादी नहीं होगी, मैं काम नहीं कर पाऊंगा, आई विल बी अनएम्प्लॉयड. And which might have been true 30, 40 years ago, but it is no longer true. So we are usually very encouraging to patients to ask what is the fear that is in their mind, and usually these are the questions that come to them. And one common answer that I give to people now is that just like hypertension and diabetes are not curable diseases, there are treatable diseases. आपको अगर एक बार BP की दिक्कत हो गई या शुगर की बीमारी हो गई तो आप दवा लेते रहते हो, आपका BP कंट्रोल रहता है, आप दवा लेते रहते हो, आपका शुगर कंट्रोल रहता है, एंड यू लिव अ नॉर्मल हेल्दी लाइफ. सिमिलरली अगर आपको मल्टीपल स्क्लेरोसिस है और आपको उसका इलाज लेते हैं, थैंकफुली वी हैव कम अ लॉन्ग वे इन द पास्ट 30 years वेयर ट्रीटमेंट इज सेफ, इट इज अफोर्डेबल, इट इज very side effect free and it does not affect your longevity of life. तो आप अगर वो दवा लेते रहेंगे और उस स्टिग्मा के ऊपर उठेंगे तो you can lead as long and as healthy a life as somebody who does not have multiple sclerosis. तो ये समझना बहुत मुश्किल है, समझाना बहुत मुश्किल है, लेकिन ग्रेजुअली मरीज ये चीज
सर
समझ.
एक क्वेश्चन आता है दिमाग में, मैं भी पेशेंट हूँ और मेरे साथ साथ बहुत लोग यहाँ पे ये जानना चाहेंगे. आप लोग एक MSP को जब डायग्नोस करते हैं तो बहुत टाइम लेते हैं, MRI करते हैं, लंबा पंचर करते हैं, लेकिन क्या ये समझाने के लिए उनको टाइम देते हैं कि ये ऐसा है, ये ऐसा है? बिकॉज इन माई केस ओनली इतना समझाने के लिए टाइम किसके पास होता है?
आपने बहुत अच्छी बात बोली पूजा, ये बात सच है. जितना टाइम देना चाहिए या दिया जा सकता है उतना कई बार एक बिजी OPD में पॉसिबल नहीं होता. बट इसीलिए हम यूजुअली कोशिश करते हैं कि MS क्लिनिक अलग से रन करें. जैसे एम्स में माय OPD डेज आर ऑल्सो वेडनेसडे एंड सैटरडे, तो मैं अपने सारे मल्टीपल स्क्लेरोसिस के पेशेंट्स को फॉलो अप के लिए सैटरडे को ही बुलाता हूँ, क्योंकि सैटरडे बीइंग एन अदरवाइज फ्री डे इन दी OPD, वेडनेसडे को OPD कार्डियोलॉजी की भी होती है, रश ज्यादा होता है, हमें स्लॉट जल्दी खाली करना पड़ता है. सैटरडे न्यूरोलॉजी इज द ओनली OPD दैट रन्स. तो देयर इज नो टाइम कंस्ट्रेंट की जल्दी खत्म करना ही पड़ेगा, अदरवाइज वेयर विल यू सिट एंड सी पेशेंट्स. So that is why I try my best. I'm sure I can do better, but I usually try my best, and I always ask the MS patient to bring their primary caregiver, which may be a spouse, which may be their mom or dad, which may be a very close friend, to come and discuss whatever issues that the patient is having. Because I think, as Kamakshi said, it is not only about the patient. Like, I can imagine the plight of the spouse, the parent, or any near and dear one who has never heard about the disease, कि अरे हमारे इस बच्चे को MS क्यों हो गया, इससे आगे क्या होगा. The fear of the unknown is what is the major issue that needs to be explained to the patients and everybody else, I feel.
थैंक यू सर. इनफैक्ट हमारे यहाँ पे 2 लेडीज़ हैं जो यहाँ हैं इस समय, जो रोज़ की 10 काउंसलिंग्स करती हैं और एक काउंसलिंग का टाइम होता है 1 घंटे से ज़्यादा. एंड थैंकफुली पेशेंट्स कॉल करके स्लॉट बुक करते हैं. अगले 4 महीने के लिए बस कोई स्लॉट नहीं है. आशा गुप्ता एंड मीनाक्षी उज्ज्वला. So that's the kind of counseling we do.
That's very nice to hear.
We see, we are not medical people, Dr. Ayush, and we can just counsel like it is emotional counseling, because we've seen the cases very closely. You know, I think between Meenakshi and myself, we must have seen at least 2,000 cases in front of us and dealt with them in some way or the other, whether it is counseling, whether it is, just making them understand, whatever it is, in whatever way, you know. So we are able to counsel them. I mean, from doctor has got the boundary, because I understand you don't have so much of time with you. You cannot give hours together because there's a queue of, especially in AIMS and even in Max, I see the way it is crowded. And so we will, of course, suggest to you that for further emotional counseling, you can always guide them to go to MS Society, because they shouldn't be frightened. It is very confidential. We do not share their names or anything with anybody. We just one-to-one, we start guiding them. So this is one request to both of you, which should happen. Also, I've seen, as you are saying, I've been working with MS Society since 2000, and that time and now in 2025, there's a marked difference. MS people, when people get MS, they don't get so frightened because there are so many remedies, as you are saying, so many drugs in the only thing, somebody has to make them understand that it is, you shouldn't get frightened, you should be positive, and you should get on to the MS treatment immediately. Early diagnosis and early treatment is a solution for them. This is what I think they need, the guidance from you people first. Then we can, of course, pursue on that. Okay, आपको करना चाहिए, डॉक्टर का बात मानना चाहिए. We've seen the difference. अब जो MS patients आते हैं हमारे program में, which we have pretty often, they come dressed up and they all say, okay, it's a party day for us. They don't say it's a forum where they are coming to hear very bad things from doctor कि यार आपका तो इलाज ही नहीं हो सकता, ये सब. No, not at all. और 2025 में 20 में यही 2000 में यही लोग जब आते थे, one patient would come, जरा से walking problem हो तो wheelchair में बैठ जाएंगे और साथ में 5-6 लोग आएंगे. And literally, dropping from, they falling down from the wheelchair. तो हम लोग समझाते थे ऐसे नहीं, आपको तैयार होके बड़े अच्छे से खुश होके आना है. And the difference we see now, they even a lot of young people come without caregivers, which is a very good thing today. डॉक्टर कामाक्षी, आप क्या बोलेंगे? आपके मैक्स में तो बहुत भीड़ होता होगा, हम लोग को जान पहचान के काफी पेशेंट्स वहीं पे है, हमारे रजिस्टर्ड मेंबर्स.
So
Over to
I
you.
like to quote an example. So very recently, I think in 15-20 days back, I didn't see the patient, just a family came to me. Still a family आई with all the children, wife coming to the OPD and saying कि उनके husband को MS है, and that has been since 1999 when he was diagnosed at around 34 years of age or so. So अभी आके फिलहाल जो उनको सिम्टम्स है वो कुछ इंटरमिटेंट टोनिक जैसे स्पैजम्स आते थे, जिसकी वजह से वो बहुत परेशान थे. In the pain, like with the pain he was living from the last 1.5 months with disabling painful spasms. So when I went back and asked कि ट्रीटमेंट के बारे में आज तक क्यों नहीं सोचा, so the answer which I came across was कि जब 1999 में इलाज शुरू हुआ था, उसी समय डॉक्टर साहब ने कहा था कि, डॉक्टर साहब ने बोला, फिर हमने गूगल किया एंड ऑल दो स्टफ केम अप कि इसका तो इलाज नहीं हो सकता और ये ऐसे ही रहेंगे और धीरे धीरे आके ये व्हीलचेयर पे हो जाएंगे एंड दैट इज व्हाट इट गोज लाइक. बट द सरप्राइजिंग थिंग इज 1.5 months बैक तक ही वाज स्टिल नॉट व्हीलचेयर बाउंड. दैट मीन्स कुछ ब्रेन का रिजर्व था जो उनको प्रिजर्व किए हुए था. सो द पॉइंट आई वांट टू एम्फसाइज इज, जब एक पेशेंट कोई एमएस के साथ डायग्नोज होता है, प्लीज डू नॉट लूज होप. If you start treatment early and you meet the right person, you take the right treatment, of course, a normal life जीना is possible. You can be as productive in your life जैसे हम आम लोग हैं. It is only the play of time. अगर timely treatment start होता है, timely diagnosis होता है, please don't roam around here and there, going to quacks. I won't criticize any medicine here, but it's like Ayurveda and all those things, they just the time which is important in the MS timeline, जो timely diagnosis है उसको कुछ भी overpower नहीं कर सकता है. If you accept the problem, go to the right person, take right treatment, and in right time, you'll be able to lead a properly productive life. You'll be able to lead a married life. You'll be able to carry your children, everything in a normal fashion. The only point here is timely go to the doctor, to the right doctor, and take right treatment. The second thing जो as barriers हम लोग caregivers face करते हैं, obviously once we communicate the diagnosis, अगर diagnosis बताया जाता है कि हाँ आपको MS है, उस पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम पे आई थिंक द फर्स्ट सिटिंग विद द पेशेंट, जब हम पेशेंट को डायग्नोज करते हैं, दैट इज द मोस्ट वैल्यूएबल विजिट, जहां पे शायद सबसे ज्यादा टाइम स्पेंड करना चाहिए इन द फर्स्ट विजिट, बिकॉज जो एक्सेप्टेंस उस विजिट में आती है, एक माइंड ट्यून अप होता है कि हाँ मुझे इस डायरेक्शन में चलना है, एंड प्रोबेबली दैट फर्स्ट विजिट विल मेक द डिफरेंस. इम्पॉसिबल, अगर लेट्स से कि हमारे पास पेशेंट आता है, दैट फर्स्ट विजिट I usually try to seclude it from the rest of the OPD, because अगर I believe कि it is a younger age की problem है. If I am able to save one life, properly counsel one life, probably that would be the worth spending the entire OPD apart from that. So अगर patient को उस point of time पे हम लोग promote करते हैं कि हाँ treatment है, treatment possible है, एक नॉर्मल लाइफ जीना पॉसिबल है, ऑफ कोर्स पेशेंट्स दे गेट काउंसल, दे डू come forward to take the treatment, understanding all the benefits, risks, everything of this disease. The second, yes,
मैम एक क्वेश्चन आया है
Let me continue
पेशेंट
first.
इसी बारे में क्वेश्चन है मैम, तो अभी पूछा मैंने. पेशेंट पूछ रहा है कि मैं गया डॉक्टर के पास और उसने बोला कि या आप ओवरस लो. ओवरस एक ड्रग है, उनको दो ऑप्शन दिए गए, एक ओवरस है और एक रिटुक्सिमैब है. तो बोल रहे हैं कि इतना महंगा ड्रग हम कैसे ले सकते हैं, क्या हमें कोई सस्ता ड्रग बता सकते हैं? तो ये आप अगर फर्स्ट टाइम ही बोलते हैं पेशेंट को महंगे ड्रग के लिए, तो फाइनेंशियल कंस्ट्रेंट तो आप समझना पड़ेगा ना पेशेंट का.
जब हम फर्स्ट टाइम आपको डायग्नोज करते हैं, इट इज इम्पोर्टेंट, वो जो फर्स्ट टाइम का कॉन्वर्सेशन है, इट रिवॉल्व्स अराउंड कि डिजीज क्या है, इसको ट्रीट करना कितना इम्पोर्टेंट है, और इसको आगे बचाए रखने के लिए हम क्या कर सकते हैं. देन लेट अस टॉक अबाउट 20 years बैक, जब 15 years बैक, जब इंडिया में बहुत ज्यादा ट्रीटमेंट ऑप्शंस नहीं थी, जो इंटरफेरॉन इंजेक्शंस लगते थे उसका कॉस्ट महीने का 30-40 हजार से ऊपर जाता था. ऑफ कोर्स वो चीज अफोर्ड करना आज के टाइम में भी पॉसिबल नहीं है. बट ओवर द इयर्स, जैसा साइंस ग्रो करा है, जैसे फार्मा इंडस्ट्रीज ग्रो करी हैं, वी आर एबल टू गिव यू मेडिकेशन जो शायद महीने में 2,500 से 3,000 भी हैं. बट इट इज नॉट ओनली कि वो जो 2,500 से 3,000 की ओरल टैबलेट है वो सबको सूट करेगी. यू शुड अंडरस्टैंड कि डिजीज आपकी किस स्टेज में है एंड आपको क्या ट्रीटमेंट लेना अच्छा रहेगा. ऐसा भी नहीं है कि हर एक पेशेंट को यही है कि आपके लिए यही दवाई अच्छी है, आपके लिए यही इंजेक्शन अच्छा है, ऐसा बिल्कुल नहीं है. जब हम आपको कोई ट्रीटमेंट ऑप्शंस देते हैं, वी गिव यू अ बास्केट ऑफ ट्रीटमेंट. हेलो, सो आई विल कंटिन्यू. सो फॉर एग्जांपल अ पेशेंट एक्स, व्हेन वी से कि हम सिर्फ पेशेंट के साथ नहीं, उसकी फैमिली के साथ, उसके केयर गिवर्स के साथ कनेक्ट करना चाहते हैं, दैट इज टू अंडरस्टैंड द फाइनेंशियल डायनेमिक्स ऑल्सो, कि आप क्या ट्रीटमेंट अफोर्ड कर पाएंगे. Especially India में, I would say a good chunk of population is dependent on health insurances. लेकिन अभी भी being working in a private sector, I do face challenges with the reimbursement of patients who opt for treatment through TPAs, through insurances. Because आज भी this is a very big challenge which we face. कि still now this state also, India के अंदर MS का treatment बहुत सारे TPAs accept नहीं करते हैं. So that is how we face the challenges in the private sector too. Third thing, so when we diagnose you, हम आपको diagnose करते हैं, treatment का option देते हैं, आपको ये समझाते हैं कि treatment लेना जरूरी है. उस point of time पे we give you options. See, these 3-4 drugs are in your pipeline, जिसमें से आप choose कर सकते हैं कि आप क्या लेना चाहेंगे. It is not just a monopoly thing कि हाँ आप ये लीजिए इससे ठीक हो जाएगा. It is not like that. So understanding the financial conditions, let's say अगर कोई यंग लड़की है, उसको कल को ऑस्ट्रेलिया में जाके पढ़ना है, उसको मैं कोई ऐसी ड्रग दूं जो उसको वहां पे अवेलेबल ही नहीं है, तो उसका कोई पॉइंट नहीं है. So it is it is a personalized therapy which is obviously inclusive of all the financial conditions of the family also. Secondly, let's say जो मैं oral tablets की बात कर रही हूँ, कुछ Indianized versions are still available at 2,500, 3,000 a month. But जो जैसे rituximab injections है, I'm not talking about procuring these medications through TPAs. Of course, जो rituximab injection है, ये TPAs के through भी patient लेते हैं, and there are very few denials. लेकिन if a patient is not able to afford it, there are ways out. You can directly purchase from the companies and you get it injected. And उस point of view से you will hardly like 20,000 injection procuring directly through companies divide by 6. I think it is a good thing which you people can afford. There are people who are taking the drug with this much of financial expenses per month. So जो पहले हम लोगों के लिए unreachable था, वो अब unreachable नहीं है. There are good drugs which people can afford at a lower cost. The only thing is you should have the motivation to take the treatment. That's all.
Nakshi ma'am, you can unmute yourself. Nakshi ma'am, please ask your question.
I was not asking a question. I just wanted to add to what Dr. Kamakshi was saying. बिल्कुल ठीक कहा है उन्होंने कि बहुत सारे ड्रग्स अवेलेबल हैं आज की तारीख में मार्केट में, जिसमें जो मुझे ऑफ कोर्स डॉक्टर्स विल नो बेटर, लेकिन जो जितना मुझे मालूम है ऑलमोस्ट 30 डिफरेंट ड्रग्स आर देयर इन द इंडियन मार्केट. 28 से 30 दवाइयां हैं जो हर प्रकार की लेवल पे हैं, अफोर्डेबिलिटी के भी और एफिकेसी के भी और मतलब इफेक्टिवनेस की भी. तो वो हम सब पे मतलब आपको जितनी तकलीफ है, आप हर वन साइज फिट्स ऑल वाली ड्रग का यहाँ पे एमएस में इतना रोल नहीं है कि आपने सबको वही दवाई चाहिए. नंबर 1. नंबर 2, हम लोग ये भूल जाते हैं, थोड़ा सा मैं कुछ कहना चाहूंगी कि जब ये सब चीजें होती हैं और हम दवाइयों के पीछे पागल से हो जाते हैं कि एक बड़ा है तो बेहतर है वाले कॉन्सेप्ट में फंस जाते हैं एक दफा. और दूसरी बात ये, हम ये भी भूल जाते हैं कि हम न जाने कितने चक्करों में फंसते हैं. जैसे उन्होंने बोला, विद ड्यू रिस्पेक्ट टू ऑल ब्रांचेस ऑफ मेडिसिन, लेकिन कभी कहीं हम आयुर्वेदा के पीछे भाग रहे हैं, कहीं हम कुछ और किसी चीजों के पीछे भाग रहे हैं, और कहीं हम कोई किसी बाबा के चक्कर में पड़े हैं, कभी हम किसी मंदिरों में चढ़ावे चढ़ा रहे हैं. ठीक है, ये सब आस्था की बातें हैं, लेकिन इन चीजों में हम कई दफा हम बहुत कुछ पैसे इन चीजों में खर्च देते हैं कि यज्ञ करोगे और हर सोमवार को फलाने को काले रंग के कुत्ते को खाना खिलाओगे. इन सब चीजों में हम लोग पैसा खर्चते हुए चूकते नहीं हैं, लेकिन जब दवाई की बात आती है, जान है जहान है, एवरीबडी इज विलिंग टू स्पेंड सर्टेन अमाउंट ऑफ मनी अकॉर्डिंग टू देयर ओन कैपेसिटी, और हर लेवल पे दवाइयाँ अवेलेबल हैं. So I think that was a very good point that Dr. Kamakshi had made.
So let us get on to the emotional impact.
मैम एक और हैंड रेज कर रहे हैं, प्रियंका.
Good evening.
ऊंचा बोलिए.
Good evening. Am I audible?
Yeah, you're audible but very faint.
No, we can all hear her. Maybe, huh?
Thank you to MSSI Society. This is the second Zoom session that I am attending. My daughter was diagnosed of MS last November at the age of 18 years old. She's 18. She's there in the session today. She has taken the first DMT treatment under Dr. Kamakshi's guidance at Max. Dealing with the emotional angle, I have a couple of questions. I'll be grateful if they can be handled here. Number one, as a caregiver, I am mostly very confused if there is any symptom. For example, there's a pain in the leg for say a week. Now, I feel I should not be ignoring and rushing to the doctor, because whatever cases I hear, they are in such extremity that I feel that there should not be any chance, any circumstance where something is ignored. On the other hand, I feel maybe I should not overplay it. So this confusion between overplaying and underplaying is very confusing at an emotional level for me as a parent. एंड मुझे आई एम श्योर बहुत सारे लोग ये सोचते होंगे कि क्या हमें कोई भी चीज इग्नोर नहीं करनी है, रिपोर्ट करनी है, या हमें एक्सेप्टेंस के साथ रहना है। ऐसे ऐसे कठिन सिचुएशन सुनी है कि लगता है कि कहीं ऐसा ना हो जाए इग्नोरेंस में। तो प्लीज मुझे गाइड करें।
Dr. Ayush, will you guide? Oh, okay, Dr. Kamakshi can guide because she's your patient. It is, they're talking about Sarah. So,
Hi,
Dr. Kamakshi.
Priyanka. Yeah, hi.
Hmm.
So, two things. So what I explain to patients is, कुछ भी अगर प्रॉब्लम लगता है, लेट्स से आपने एक DMT स्टार्ट किया, देयर आर two answers to it. If it is you have taken a DMT and let's say you have a fever, the thing here is what I usually prefer is connect with me, because you might not be able to sense कि ये जो प्रॉब्लम है ये नॉर्मल है या एबनॉर्मल है. Secondly, if let's say you texted कि हाँ फीवर है या कुछ भी, आई एम श्योर हर बार हॉस्पिटल आने की जरूरत नहीं पड़ती होगी, बिकॉज कुछ चीजें फोन पे ही हम लोग बता देते हैं, टेक अ पैरासिटामोल और व्हाटएवर एंड द थिंग सेटल. देयर आर सम रेड फ्लैग्स which as doctors we look for, जो चीजें XYZ हमें रिंग करती हैं कि देयर माइट बी अ प्रॉब्लम. You for a
Right.
and obviously let us not attribute everything to MS, जो भी हमारी बॉडी में होता है. But see, you as parents and she as a patient probably might not be able to differentiate among the two. Third thing, so let's say your daughter is a sports person and she does sports and and complains of some muscle soreness, which is absolutely normal. वहां पे अगर कुछ चीज प्रलॉन्ग हो जाती है, या फिर you feel this is coming in my path of doing some routine daily activities, obviously that is a matter of concern and report to us. I'll try to explain this by example, not to terrify anyone, not to bring anyone into the limelight. It's like one of the patient who received the DMT had some skin eruption, leg पे कुछ skin eruption हुआ. So वो पेशेंट ऐसे हैं कि अगर उनको छींक भी आती है तो वो बताते हैं कि मैडम ये हो गया. So of course it is, as a doctor it is my duty to pacify him कि this is absolutely normal. किसी MS नॉन MS पेशेंट को वायरल आराम से हो सकता है without any problems, which can go just as a normal routine also, and keep it in your mind, 90% it does. जो 10% वाला सीन होता है उसके अंदर there are some red flags which we tell you so that you visit us for a physical checkup. So quoting here, so that person developed some skin ka eruption hua and 7 days he didn't tell me. 10th day he came with a big abscess in the leg which required a debridement. So हम लोग जो assume कर लेते हैं कि ये जो problem है ये इसका इससे क्या relation है. So I usually prefer keeping me in the loop. Let me decide कि ये normal है abnormal है, and for that matter every person knows कि जो problem आ रही है, let us say आपको DMT लिया नहीं लिया या जो भी जिस भी हम platform पे हैं, it is my personal preference to keep us in the loop if you feel any abnormal problem occurring, especially if it gets prolonged or it is rare for you to experience that symptoms.
Right, ma'am. I have a couple of questions. I'll not take a lot of time. I want a clarity. In case of MS, we should stick to a neurologist or an MS specialist is needed. I'm not clear on this.
MS specialist is a neurologist who sees a lot of MS persons. There is nothing like MS specialist. There is no degree as such. A neurologist who sees maximum MS people are considered as MS specialists. All the neurologists know about MS. Now you see some people take interest in something, some people take interest in something, I mean, there's a key subject they deal with. But so you go to your neurologist. So Dr. Kamakshi is your neurologist, you go to her. Do not keep going from doctor to doctor, doctor to doctor. They'll all tell you the same. The only thing is you'll create trauma in your daughter's mind. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
That is very important. And as for you, you have to be the brave one.
Yes.
You are the emotional supporter for your daughter. Okay. So you got to be strong. You shouldn't be confused. If you're confused, ask. We are all there. Doctor is there. They are ready to tell you. Everybody's with you. Okay.
Yes.
So
If
that's the way you have to deal with your daughter. She is fine. I spoke to her. She's fine. She says, I'm okay. The little things which happen can happen to any normal person also.
Yes.
It can
Right.
happen to me. It can happen to anybody, like pain here, ache there, all that thing keeps happening.
I would like to thank Bipasha ma'am. All the members were introduced by her, but I must say that she was the first person to do the hand holding when the diagnosis was given. Thank you so much.
Really. You're welcome.
Ayush, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
If a drug like rituximab, a patient's asking this question, he's saying his neurologist is not giving an answer. He says he's taken 2 doses and he's not getting better. In fact, he's getting worse.
Right.
And he went to his doctor and doctor says, I can't help you. No answer given. In this case, what should he do?
So, thank you for the question. I'd like to say that that's a little difficult situation, but if somebody has received rituximab and is not getting better, has 2 answers there itself. Like, was the patient previously worsening repeatedly and after rituximab is the same and not worsening further? Or the other pehlu is that the patient was progressing and despite rituximab is continuing to progress. In either situation, if the patient was previously progressing and has now plateaued but is not improving, I would say that something that was progressing and has now plateaued is also something that has benefited. Whereas if it was progressing and continues to progress, that is not a good sign at all. So does the patient have progressive MS would be my first question. Because if that is the case and rituximab is not working, we really don't have a lot to offer. If the patient is a fit candidate for trying stem cell therapy based on the DSS and other functional aspects of the patient, that can be tried. But short of that, ocrelizumab also acts by the same mechanism, so nothing much can be offered from there. There are promising results that are coming from a recent drug that is called tolebrutinib, which is a Bruton tyrosine kinase inhibitor, which recently in a published trial called Hercules showed positive results. The PPMS part of the trial is called Perseus. It's still ongoing. So if that comes out to be beneficial, that can be a drug in the future. But as of today, it will completely depend on the patient profile.
Okay. We are diverting from our topic.
Coming back to that, next
Pooja,
question.
we are completely diverting from our topic.
Ma'am,
We
is
should
it coming?
get diverted with medicine and all that. That will be a separate issue.
I understand, ma'am, but I'm just reading for the chat. So
The chat, there'll be plenty coming in questions. Let us stick to emotional aspect of MS. Okay. The topic today.
I'd just
Okay.
like to add one thing with regards to a question that was discussed. जैसे बोला गया बहुत एंजाइटी होती है, एमएस है, एक छींक भी आ गई तो एमएस का रिलैप्स तो नहीं है. इसीलिए एमएस में 2 कॉन्सेप्ट होते हैं, एक होता है रिलैप्स का, एक होता है स्यूडो रिलैप्स का. तो मोस्ट सिम्टम्स जिससे हमें लगता है रिलैप्स हो गया, इन मेडिकल पार्लेस हम उसे स्यूडो रिलैप्स कहते हैं. और उसमें सबसे कॉमन है कि जैसे गर्मी का मौसम आता है, सिम्टम्स थोड़े से एक्सैसरबेट हो जाते हैं. तो ये इसीलिए जो स्यूडो रिलैप्स वाले सिम्टम है वो आएंगे जाएंगे, रहेंगे नहीं. एमएस का यूजुअली सिम्टम अगर एक बार आ गया, नंबनेस एक बार फील हो गई, तो दैट टेंड्स टू स्टे. So anything that is at least staying for 24 hours can still be considered as something that can be spoken to a neurologist about. Otherwise, आप एक hot shower लिया, उसमें अचानक से symptom बढ़ गए, फिर ठीक हो गया. All of that is a pseudo relapse and is known to occur in MS and other demyelinating diseases.
Now, now you see, I'm telling everybody who's participating, let us stick to the topic so that we can maximize our knowledge. If we start diverting to, asking for medicine and this, that, we do have those sessions also. We'll be having soon very big session in which you can come, you can question. So let us just be there with the topic. Aapke emotional impact, not only yours, your caregivers also. Just now that a caregiver was talking to us about her problems, her concerns. So हम लोग तो वही डील करते हैं इस वक्त.
Priyanka ma'am, you can ask your question now. Please unmute yourself.
Good evening, everyone. My question is basically around the emotional impact that a caregiver faces. And I'm so happy to hear that the doctors are talking about caregivers and caregivers are getting an opportunity. My question is, you know, and I'm living that experience as we speak. Could any of the doctors here on the panel enlighten us with some easy tips in terms of caregivers when we feel overwhelmed? We also suffer from depression. We also suffer from anxiety, and the general focus is on a MS person. So my learning has been, and my experience has been, that when there is an MS person, he or she is going through that whole symptom. But believe it or not, I and all the other caregivers, we start imitating the same symptoms. We feel, अच्छा मेरे को bladder problem हो रहा है तो मुझे क्या करना चाहिए, मेरे हाथ में भी अकड़न हो रही है तो मुझे किस तरह से हाथ उठाना है. So we are seeing somebody with MS and we are experiencing it. It just jumps into us and we get totally burnt out. There's depression we don't recognize. You can't concentrate. You have to manage your house. You have to manage your work. So how does anyone in a situation like this, what are the few tips that, and it's not easy. We can't just say, आज मैं तुम्हारी देखभाल नहीं कर सकती, मैं जा रही हूँ. So we are caught in a very tight spot. So whether it's a man or a woman caregiver. So any tips, anything that you can share to make it feel and make it, it won't go away, but to make it feel less burdened or lighter.
Dr. Kamakshi, will you take that question?
Yeah, so thanks, Renuka. That is a very pertinent question to be asked today. So, starting with just an example which you quoted. So, I recently encountered a mother of an MS patient who is doing fine. Comes with me कि right hand में numbness हो रही है, tingling हो रही है, कुछ neck pain है, तो मुझे MRI कराना है कि मुझे MS तो नहीं हो गया. So I read out in Google कि कुछ percentage ऐसा hereditary होता है, शायद 1% ही सही, तो क्या उसमें मैं तो नहीं हूँ. So that was the anxiety part of it, which brought her to me and asked and requested an evaluation for same. So the thing is here, when you come across, let's say, what जो आप बता रहे हैं, that is called a caregiver anxiety, a caregiver stress, which you as parents come across when you deal with patients. So what I would say is, there is a concept of what is called a healthy grieving. Now, what is healthy grieving is when you are diagnosed with the disease or when your loved one is diagnosed with the disease. This healthy grieving actually puts you to a platform where you can take the path ahead to a positive thing, whatever is revolving around MS. So, जब आप या आपका कोई loved one diagnose होता है, it is important to accept the situation. It is important कि accept करके उसको आगे एक positive way में लेके जाएं, जिससे आप और आपके जो भी loved ones हैं उसको इस period से tide over होने का मौका मिले. Now, so stress, anxiety, depression, they are not just limited to the patients. You rightly pointed, they are they do revolve around patients, caregivers भी. So symptoms like anxiety, palpitations होना, घबराहट होना, non-specific, कुछ chest pains, random body pains, they are so commonly linked with anxiety. Sleep disturbance, नींद ना आना, नींद आने में problem होना, नींद जल्दी खुल जाना, they are so commonly linked with all the issues which we discuss in patients. Thirdly, जो हम depression कहते हैं, this depression is I would say it is a wide phenomena, जिसमें थोड़ा सा low mood होना या कुछ अपने आप को hopeless feel करना, worthless feel करना, feelings like this, they commonly are associated with even people with MS and also the caregivers. Now, I would like to point here one thing. If you feel that this is taking a toll of your thing, if it is getting unnecessarily prolonged, brief grieving, brief stress, brief anxiety periods, they are okay. But जब ये prolong हो जाता है, you feel कि इसकी वजह से आप you are not able to lead yourself in a productive manner, and that is hampering your care for the patients. I think that is the time to take the help. Help is available everywhere. I think Bipasha ji and all the group is here. So nowadays also, पहले का concept कि सिर्फ बीमारी के तरफ ध्यान देना is no longer existent. There are groups जो हम लोगों को as doctors support करते हैं, including the psychologists, psychiatrists, psychiatric social workers who associate with us and take active participation in dealing with the emotional aspects so intricately linked with the disease. So when you start having such symptoms, I would say stay calm. Stay calm, work on yourself, give some time but just आपके लिए जिसमें आप आधा पौना घंटा जा रहे हैं, you are doing some yoga, meditation techniques which are helping to ease your anxiety out. Talk to other persons, talk to other people in the group therapy. This is what we call the concept कि when आपको problem है, आप अपना problem किसी से discuss करते हैं. If it is a short-lived problem, it will help you tide over. You will find people like you. It is important कि आप अपनी coping skills develop करें इस चीज को tide over करने के लिए. But I will again emphasize, if it is getting excessively prolonged, if it is hampering you and your life, it is a time to seek therapy. It is okay to seek therapy. ऐसा नहीं है कि अगर आपको ऐसा कुछ symptom आ रहा है, you have to go to a psychiatrist. No, there are psychologists, there are support groups available who are willing to talk to you, who can offer you a helping hand. Talk to people who are like you, जो आपकी anxiety को ease out कर सके. Obviously, I would say कि there are medicinal treatments available, लेकिन हर बार उसका जरूरत पड़ेगा ऐसा जरूरी नहीं. Sometimes just talking helps. So stay calm. You should be assured that there are people around who are ready to give you help. It is okay to talk about the disease to people. And secondly, if you are not in a situation to handle it, please seek medical help, because now we have so much host of therapies available who can help you out. There are people who can help you out. There are support groups who can help you out. So that from my side.
Yes, we have one project, we call it Home Visit. Home Visit to enlighten MS person, not only MS person, the caregivers, the members of at home. See, lot of them do not even know what is MS. Some of them don't understand it. They are very vague about it. Only the caregiver may understand, say, almost everything. The rest do not understand. So we try. Amongst us, we have Millie, Ragini, Amita, Meenakshi, myself. We are the regular. We do regular home visits. So we meet variety of people. I mean, even the parents don't understand sometimes, or brother, sister, they do not understand. So we deal with them and explain to them. Even the partner, there is, like when you say emotional impact, the partner also, what happens is, she does not understand why he is behaving like that. I will tell you, I will ask you to talk about mood swings also. So MS people have mood swings, and the impact is on the caregiver. Because the closest person you are with, you throw tantrums on them. Most of the MS people who talk to me while counseling, I ask them straight away, do you get angry very fast? The answer is almost, you can say 80% of the time, yes. How do you know? When I ask it, do you become very stubborn? Yes. How do you know? So that means it is because of MS it is happening. They are not actually like that. So how does the caregiver deal with it? What do they do? And it happens. Millie, do you have any experience of that kind which you would like to share?
Yes, we had gone into one family's house, Amita and myself. The parents, the grandfather, brother,
Millie,
everybody
little louder.
the grandfather, brother, and all that were very sympathetic and listening to the us and listening to the child. But one got the feeling that the father was more interested कि इसकी मेरे को शादी करनी है, परिवार मगर अपनी ही community में करनी है, मैं शादी कब कर सकता? The girl was getting very agitated, and we had to talk to the father quietly on the side that let's not talk about getting her married right now. Let's talk about making her feel better. And she's such a bright and lively child. And it's somehow at that point one wanted to turn around to the father and say, you're making the situation worse. Deal with the present situation, deal with the marriage and everything else later. I hope we managed to get through to him. I don't know. We tried very hard at that point.
Yeah, usually, actually, we see that when anybody is diagnosed with MS, the main concern is, okay, if they are very young, somewhere near 16, 17, 18, I mean, education is a concern. Will she be able to continue with education? Second concern is, will she be able to lead a normal life? Will she be able to get married, get a job? Should she tell her colleagues in office if she's working or he is working about MS? So that is a concern, and they reel in that, and each of them have, or parents are trying to get the person married without telling the future would to be girl or husband or wife, whoever is going to marry them. So in that case, we always try to explain to them, please give them some hint. So some hint that, yes, please.
Supratish has put up his hand. He's got some question. I presume it's about this topic.
Okay.
Hello everyone. I am Mami Chandana. I have been diagnosed with MS. It's been a month now, and there's so much emphasis on following a proper diet. Following a particular routine so that there won't be a relapse at least anytime sooner. So it's been really frustrating to deal with caregivers around me. I mean, it's coming from a care point of view, but I understand that. But it's also extremely tiring to sort of like hear so much of emphasis on diet and on all of this, having a proper routine, exercise, care, and things like that. I've been very I've set boundaries at work also as to how many people I'm sharing, with whom I'm sharing. There's a lot of stigma around this. Oh, can you now that you've been diagnosed with this, can you now actually go on field visits and work like usual? So how do one deal with so much of like uncertainty and everything has changed a lot in just 1 month, and it feels very difficult. So are there any meeting groups or at least online groups where we can speak about and connect with someone who shares the similar kind of a journey or goes through the similar emotions?
Dr. Ayush, will you take that question?
Yeah. Hi. So first of all, I'd like to say that there are no specific boundaries, और ऐसा कुछ भी नहीं है कि आप specific food substances खा सकते हो, आप कोई चीज नहीं खा सकते हो, आप field visit पे नहीं जा सकते हो. You can do anything and everything that a person your age can do. There are only two things that we're very strict about in MS is that A, you can't smoke, because there's scientific evidence that smoking will worsen your disease. Second is avoid drinking. For that, I will not say don't drink, because there is no scientific evidence that says that drinking will increase disease activity or worsen your disease. But if you drink too much, it will affect your health and thereby affect your disease. उसके अलावा ऐसा नहीं है कि आप specific चीज खा सकते हो, specific चीज नहीं खा सकते हो. Anything and everything is allowed to be eaten. You are allowed to have as active a life as you want. You're allowed to do whatever, go on vacations, go on field visits, have late nights, whatever you want. So ऐसा कुछ वो नहीं है. People tend to go overboard and become overprotective कि ऐसे नहीं करना है, ऐसे नहीं करना है. All of that is unscientific. तो प्लीज ये सब सोच के परेशान मत होइए। साथ में देयर इज ओनली वन थिंग, विटामिन डी सप्लीमेंटेशन इज फाउंड टू हेल्प। तो वो आप एक कोर्स वंस अ वीक जो भी आपके डॉक्टर ने बताया वैसे कर लिए, डोंट ओवर डू इट ऑल्सो। उसके अलावा एवरीथिंग इज अलाउड। तो प्लीज इस इमोशनल वेब में मत फंस जाइए कि मैं ये नहीं कर सकती, वो नहीं कर सकती, या मैं वो नहीं कर सकता हूँ, because that will only add to emotional issues and nothing else at all.
I agree with you completely, Dr. Ayush. I think one should not put on weight. That's it. The rest is all fine. Eat everything. I don't think there is any diet chart for MS, is it?
No,
Is there?
I am also
not
totally
Nothing.
agree with Dr. Agarwal. See, I am also on a wheelchair, and it's been quite long that I'm on a wheelchair. It's been 22 years, and out of 22 years, last 5 years, I'm in the wheelchair, and I still go to the office twice or thrice in a week, and I still working. See, meeting people is more important. Communication is more important, and top of it is like you have to accept what you are. It's not that कि आपको MS है तो आप कुछ नहीं कर सकते. MS doesn't stop you to do anything. It's just a hurdle. आपको वो पार करना है. That's it. How to reach your destination is not more important. Destination पे पहुंचना ज़्यादा important है. तो उसके लिए चाहे आप व्हीलचेयर पे हैं या आप किसी तरह से भी जाते हैं, तो मुझे नहीं लगता कि आपकी लाइफ रुक जाती है. I'm around 64, but मुझे लगता नहीं है कि मुझे कोई ऐसा काम अभी नहीं कर सकती हूँ, and I'm totally independent. So I'm truly agree with the Bipasha also. ऐसा कुछ भी नहीं है कि आप नहीं कर सकते हो. It's only in your mind, you know, कि आपने रिस्ट्रिक्ट किया हुआ है एरिया की इस एरिया. Yes, there is a squeezed area हो जाते हैं कि आप नहीं जा सकते हो. But there are certain age कि आपको totally पहले तो आपको यही नहीं सोचना है कि आपको MS हो तो आप ये कुछ कर नहीं सकते हो. आपको अपने आप को जितना भी हो सकता है एक्टिव रखें. बाहर जाएं, मीटिंग पीपल इज मोर इम्पोर्टेंट. So I think I'm truly agree with all the doctors and all the MS patients जिन्होंने अभी बात की है.
And I'd just like to add one more thing here. Thank you for that. ये जो पहले बात हो रही थी कि बहुत इरिटेशन हो जाता है, मूड स्विंग्स बहुत ज्यादा हो जाते हैं, उसका वन वे दैट वी फाइंड हेल्पफुल इन डीलिंग विद दिस, जब पेशेंट और उसके केयरगिवर ओपीडी में आते हैं, वी टेल द केयरगिवर्स डायरेक्टली, प्लीज डोंट ट्रीट MS patients or any other patient in general as different from any other family member. जब मुझे पता है कि मैं कुछ भी करूंगा and I can get away with it, क्योंकि मेरी मम्मी या मेरा पार्टनर या मेरा केयरगिवर बोलेगा अरे यार इसे तो फलाना बीमारी है इसलिए कर रहा होगा, then that is kind of reinforcing it in me कि कर लो, थोड़ा सा फालतू में चिल्ला लो, चीख लो. तो जैसे हम छोटे बच्चों के लिए बोलते हैं, when they're being brats, they should be called out for it. Similarly, अगर बिना वजह somebody is acting out, please call them out for it rather than letting that vicious circle build कि I'm allowed to act out for no reason because I can get away with it. So that is also important. Please make them feel normal. Don't make them feel special कि तुम अरे कोई बात नहीं, इसे MS है, ये ऐसे कर सकता है या कर सकती है. That helps. Nobody wants to feel disabled or special for in those.
जिन केसेस में सिम्टम्स दिखते नहीं सर कि हम ठीक ठाक दिख रहे हैं, हम चल पा रहे हैं, वहाँ हमारा केयरगिवर कैसे समझेगा ये बात को कि हम आज लो हैं या हम आज परेशान हैं, बिकॉज यहाँ पे पेशेंट्स वैसे भी हैं जिनको सिम्टम्स दिखते नहीं हैं.
पूजा, जो आप कह रहे हो ये बात सच है, एंड स्टडीज हैव शोन दैट half the patients with MS deal with emotional issues. Maybe depression is the most common, followed by anxiety, bipolarity and the like. तो mental disorders दिखते नहीं हैं. That is why it is important for there to be an open, honest, understanding relationship between the caregiver and the patient, where you can openly say that, you know, this is what I'm feeling, I need my space today, which leads to a healthy communication between the two. If you tend to be withdrawn, then the caregiver will also worry unnecessarily कि क्या हो गया, कोई और नई problem तो नहीं होगी, and the patient also feels not understood. So fatigue is the most common symptom of MS. So MS patients can feel fatigued, and लोगों को ऐसा लग सकता है यार अभी तो ठीक थे, अब अचानक से बोल रहे बहुत थकान हो गई, नींद आ गई, चल नहीं सकते. तो it is important to be very frank about what you're feeling, and I think that is the first step towards dealing with the emotional issues of MS, which are otherwise not seen?
Actually, caregivers also become over possessive. You see, I mean, they start worrying so much that they seep that worry into the MS person also. So, caregiver will have to relax, should be actually taking off once in a while and doing other things so that they are not overbearing. I feel that sometimes they're overbearing. So MS people also, like she said, Archana, I think her name, she said everybody's around her. I mean, her life has changed within a month. It's true. I mean, parents get too worried. They have to, face it and support her with everything, not, show anxiety all the time.
Yeah,
Yes, Vinny?
Supratish has also written the same problem. He says that he's been diagnosed a month ago and he's frustrated because everybody's so busy telling him what to eat and what not to eat. And he and his caregivers are both frustrated. So there's another example of how overwhelming caregiving can also trouble a person. He's given us that example in one of the questions.
Yes.
Bipasha, if
और
I
आ रहा
may,
है
and
बार-बार।
with your permission.
Yes, please, Renuka.
Sorry, please go ahead.
Because we have so many people, roughly, I think there was 100 of us. Many of them are also caregivers and MS persons. It would be a good place for us to inform the doctors as well as all the participants here that if you go to our website, that is the Multiple MS Society India website, and go to the resource tab, we have created a handbook for caregivers, which tells you a little bit about how to cope with all the problems. And there are some real examples of people. And it was actually, the foreword was actually written by Dr. Nimesh Desai, who was director IBAS at that time, because this is a very unmet need. This emotional baggage that a caregiver carries can also transcend into an MS person. It can affect everything. So we came up with that. I'll put that link in the chat box so that people can go on our website and download that caregiver guide. And I think we have translated it into different languages, Telugu and Tamil, and I think Hindi, Bengali. I think it's all there. So just thought this would be a good place, it's like a booklet. It's a soft copy. You can read it, you can download it, you can keep it and bookmark it. So I thought I'd just inform this group.
Just to introduce Renuka, she's our national treasurer at the moment. She was the national secretary in the past. And she's been, her husband, Prabal Malekar, who is on wheelchair, but very, very active, and who is the secretary of MSSI Delhi. He had spoken in the middle. So Renuka has dealt very well. I understand that everybody gets bogged down. I mean, even with when a child has fever for 6 days, you do get bogged down sitting next to the child, that kind of thing. But Renuka, I appreciate Renuka for taking her husband all over the world, herself, giving him trips, and see to it that he enjoys every bit of it, and she travels like anything with him. So it's not so easy to travel sometimes in India. I mean, he is someone who has worked on accessibility a lot. I mean, all the hotels, he literally fought. Every hotel should have rooms where it should be accessible, and even with disability, they should be able to stay and lead a normal life, not that they get stuck because they cannot go. So this couple, Renuka and Prabal, are extremely active on this issue, and they are always speaking out. And Renuka, I can't believe that you are getting this thing. Please go for a holiday alone with your girlfriends. You'll be okay. Prabal will be fine. And
yes, that's important.
Any other caregiver?
I was. That is important because I was on antidepressants. I am on blood pressure medication. My cholesterol was up. So, and I'm somebody who does yoga and I'm fitness. So it does have an impact. It has a dormant impact, which we don't realize. But yeah, I am taking care of myself. And I need to go on a holiday with my girls.
You are important to us. You must take care of yourself. And in fact, you should set example to other caregivers how they should deal with this issue. We have Meenakshi, day to day she is dealing, but she's never without a smile. So the caregivers over here, I set example of Meenakshi Bhujwala, Renuka Malaka. You look at them and they will smile at you, but they've been dealing over the years with this issue as caregiver and alone. Believe me, you may have children and all, they're all busy in their life. Do not expect anything from anybody. They're all nice, very good, but you have to do it. So lead your life in such a way that you become a caregiver without baggage. Okay, you just say, okay, I'm going out for dinner and go. There is no guilt feeling in this. I want to go for a walk, just go, do what you want. So caregivers, take care of yourself always. Anybody else who wants to ask any question, please?
I'd like to add to that. Thank you, Bipasha. Meenakshi again. I just wanted to say the same thing, that it isn't as if, and guilt should never enter the picture. ये नहीं, बुरा नहीं लगना चाहिए कि अगर मैं घर से बाहर निकल गई तो इनका क्या होगा, इनको कौन देखेगा. अगर unless there is a critical situation कि that individual जो भी आपके loved one हैं, चाहे बेटा बेटी हस्बैंड या जो भी हैं, अगर उनको बहुत ज्यादा तकलीफ उस समय हो रही है या कोई उनको एक रिलैप्स हो रहा है, obviously nobody is going to, but on a day to day basis आप सब अपने लिए, मैं खुद of course I will not say Bipasha has been kind, I will not say that I have done it entirely alone. I have had excellent family support, whether it was my mother-in-law or my children, whatever it is, that support is always there. But ultimately, एक primary caregiver जो main person है, वो तो मैं खुद ही हूँ. लेकिन इसमें दोनों का एक रोल होता है. हस्बैंड को भी कोऑपरेट करना है, या जो जिसको प्रॉब्लम है उसको तो कोऑपरेट करना है, और मुझे भी अपने लिए कुछ समय निकालना पड़ता है. तो मैं भी अपने फ्रेंड्स के साथ लंच के लिए चले गए, 2 घंटा 3 घंटा एकदम हंस बोल के मजा करके फ्रेश होके हम लोग आ जाते हैं. That gives you the time to look after him better. अगर मैं सारा दिन घर में बैठ के कुड़ती रहूं और क्रिब करती रहूं कि, या फिर मैं खुद ही एक बिल्कुल शहीद, I am the martyr, मैं तो घर से निकल नहीं सकती, मेरी तो नहीं, मेरे को तो इनकी ही सेवा करनी है, आप उनकी पूरी सेवा नहीं कर पाएंगे. एज अ हस्बैंड ऑल्सो यू सी, जो एक इसमें मेल और फीमेल का डायनामिक थोड़ा सा फर्क जरूर होता है, क्योंकि एक मेल जो है ट्रेडिशनल एक वो अर्नर और ब्रेड विनर होता है, तो वो घर से निकल ही जाता है क्योंकि उसको प्रोवाइड करना है. लेकिन जो फीमेल पार्टनर है, most of the time you can say 90-95% of the time जो फीमेल पार्टनर अगर केयर गिवर होती है, तो उसके ऊपर सर्टेन इट इज एक्सपेक्टेड कि वो इनको घर बैठ के चाहे उसको अपना जॉब छोड़ना पड़े, मत छोड़िए. अगर आप मैनेज कर सकते हैं, एक अटेंडेंट रख लीजिए, एक हेल्पर रख लीजिए, या अगर परिवार वाले साथ में रह रहे हैं उनके साथ मिलजुल के आप करिए, और अपने आप डोंट लीव योर जॉब, डोंट लीव योर करियर. मैं अनलेस इट इज लाइक आई सेड, सर्कमस्टांसेस पे डिपेंड करता है, लेकिन अपने आप को, अपने सेल्फ वर्थ को कभी नीचे मत गिराइए. अपने आप को, मैं खुद काम करती रही, हाँ मैं फ्लेक्सी काम करती थी, लेकिन मैं करती रही, मैं घर से निकलती रही, मैं काम करती रही जब तक मेरी मदर इन लॉ मुझे सपोर्ट कर सकती थी. जब वो खुद बीमार पड़ गई तो नेचुरली वो एक सिचुएशन बदल गई थी. लेकिन घर से निकलना, अपने लिए समय निकालना, और इसमें मैं कहूंगी कि जो एमएस पर्सन है उसको भी कोऑपरेट करना है. देखिए, अगर आप चाहते हैं कि आपकी सेवा होती रहे आपके मन के मुताबिक, तो ये नहीं है कि अपनी वाइफ को बगल में या अपने हस्बैंड को मैं 24 घंटे रखूं, और फिर सस्पिशंस भी हो जाते हैं, ये बाहर क्यों जा रही है, किससे मिलने जा रही है. या हस्बैंड अगर घर से निकल रहा है तो वाइफ जो बीमार है, ये बाहर जा रहे हैं तो कुछ और कोई बात तो नहीं है, ये काम से लेट क्यों आते हैं. इन सब चीजों को दिमाग से निकाल दीजिए. जब तक वो आपके साथ हैं और आपके साथ कोई दुर्व्यवहार नहीं कर रहे हैं, तो आप ये समझिए कि वो आपके साथ ही हैं और आपको ही संभाल रहे हैं. एक इम्पेशंस, फ्रस्ट्रेशन हर एक में आ ही जाती है, लेकिन उससे निकलना एकाएक ही तरीका है कि आप दोनों को you have to allow each other some space. उनके भी फ्रेंड्स को आप उनको घर बुलाइए. कई दफा मैं खुद थक जाती हूँ तो मैं कहती हूँ मैं इनके किसी 2-3 फ्रेंड्स को पकड़ के बुला लेती हूँ कि भैया आओ इनको थोड़ा एंटरटेन करो, चाहे मुझे उसमें खुद कुछ अरेंज करना पड़े, एक लंच या कुछ ऑर्गेनाइज करना पड़े, लेकिन एटलीस्ट दैट 2-3-4 आवर्स वो भी खुश हो जाते हैं, आपको भी चेंज होता है, उनको भी चेंज होता है. तो ये सब चीजों को we must look after each other, and both of us, both the partners, चाहे husband, wife, caregiver and the person with MS, both have to मिलजुल के cooperate करना है. उसी में हमारी जिंदगी improve हो सकती है. That is my mind.
थैंक यू मैम. ये क्वेश्चन मेरा है. आई एम पेरेंट. जब मुझे MS हुआ तो मेरा बेटा 1 साल का था. मुझे गिल्ट थी बहुत ज़्यादा कि मैं इसके लिए पूरा कर पा रही हूँ नहीं कर पा रही. ये गिल्ट अब मुझे अभी और होती है बिकॉज मेरी छोटी बेटी भी है 12 साल की. आई फील गिल्टी कि उसको मैं वेकेशन पे लेके नहीं जा पाती. ऐसा गिल्ट होता है पेरेंट्स में. मैं बहुतों को जानती हूँ जो इस गिल्ट के साथ जी रहे हैं. इसका कोई सोल्यूशन है क्या?
Dr. Kamakshi, maybe you can answer that.
Yeah, thank you. So I think one of the attendees has already put up this question in the limelight. So one thing, Pooja, अगर प्रॉब्लम है, सी दैट इज व्हाट, गिल्ट अंदर मत आने दो. इट इज नॉट ओनली कि आप एक MS पेशेंट हो तो गिल्ट है. सो आई विल एक्सप्लेन लिटिल बिट ऑफ माय सिचुएशन. सो जब मैंने अपना न्यूरोलॉजी किया एंड ये जब मैं पढ़ाई कर रही थी, उस समय में माय डॉटर वाज जस्ट बोर्न. सो आई कंप्लीटेड माय न्यूरोलॉजी डिग्री व्हेन शी वाज 2 years. सो जब मैंने MS में फेलोशिप किया, शी वाज 4-5 years. सो वो कोविड का टाइम था एंड 1 साल के बाद जब स्कूल वापस से ओपन हो गए, सो 3 महीने का ऐसा पीरियड था जिसमें उसका स्कूल मिस हुआ बिकॉज आई वाज इन बैंगलोर, वी आर बेस्ड इन दिल्ली. सो स्कूलिंग उसकी फिजिकल नहीं हो पाई. सो अपनी चीजों के लिए इट इज ऑल अबाउट द एडजस्टमेंट्स दैट समटाइम्स हैव टू बी मेड, ताकि आप अपनी लाइफ में कुछ करो. ऐसा हमने, it is not only pertaining to MS, being mothers or being caregivers, sometimes it is okay to prioritize yourself rather than the people whom you are taking care of. Guilt should not be in the picture. I think Meenakshi ji has also pointed out the same thing. Guilt का कोई scope मत रखो. You are doing the best. Whatever you are doing is the best which could have been done in your situation. And I feel if you do this to yourself, जो आपके साथ वाले हैं वो इस चीज को रियलाइज करते हैं, they appreciate it, and that is how इस चीज के साथ they grow with an empathy that as a person whatever you did was your best. There is no scope of guilt. Whatever you are doing is the best. Appreciate yourself and carry this feeling gracefully as your children grow. This is one thing कि बच्चा जब माँ बाप को उतना स्ट्रगल करते देखता है, that is how they are being shaped as empathetic human beings also. Secondly, it's not about कि आप नहीं कर पा रहे हो. It is about devising your ways, how you are able to take care of their small needs with some adjustments here and there. So I won't say nothing is impossible, but there are ways to modify you. There are ways which आप उन चीजों के साथ करके वो चीज कर पाओगे जो आपको लगता है कि आप नहीं कर पा रहे हो. So 2 things from my side: no guilt, and whatever you are doing is the best. Carry this gracefully and shape your children to be graceful human beings so that they understand what struggle you have done to raise them as humans.
Thank you.
Basically, I think everybody should look after themselves. Look after your partner, look after your child, whoever has got MS, but look after yourself also. Please don't feel guilty that you are indulging in a facial, you are buying yourself a good shirt and going out. If you're a man, go in for a light massage, no harsh massage, and go to the beauty parlor, dress up. You see, our nurse goes to some of our MS persons' family who are bedridden. Her job, what she does? She just puts nail polish for the person, combs her hair, puts a little bit of lipstick. Believe me, I mean, you cheer up with all these things, it makes a difference. You get up in the morning and do something for yourself. You feel, okay, yes, I've looked after myself. When you cheer up, you can look after your partner better. Okay. It goes for all male also. Please be with your friends also, then go out and you come back, you are in a better position to look after your partner. And for young people who are not married, do as Dr. Ayush said, please do everything. Enjoy yourself, eat out. Please don't put on weight that impacts your legs and all that thing. Remain healthy. There are so many. There is a boy called Himanshu. He goes to gym, and you should see his photographs. He looks like some Bombay film star, better than a Bombay film star. He goes to the gym, he teaches, and he does everything. He's got MS. Nothing stops him from going. He's on the Limca record books and all that. So you can do plenty. Never give up. Never give up. Never feel sorry for yourself. Never feel sorry for the MS person. Today, the situation is far, 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 far better. And as doctors are saying, there are so many medicines. There are so many generic medicine also. Like people say they went to Kerala for MS treatment. They said they will get cured. Okay. Many of them, they don't listen to us. They just land up over there. So I always tell them, okay, if you are not listening, please go for a holiday. Go get massage done, whatever you want to get done. They go there and they feel very good because the place has changed. It's all fresh, green, everything. Somebody is giving them a light massage every day. And, the diet has changed. They enjoy it thoroughly. Stay for 3 months. They come back. They enjoy. After 1 year, they go back to the same condition. It is, the person is over there, whoever is there in Kerala is actually cheering your body up and cheering your mind up. That's it. It is uplifting your mind and body. So, taking
There's
care of
also,
yourself. Huh?
Vipasha, there's also one other point which when you're talking about ki apne aap ka dhyan rakho and do all that, what we found in when we went on home visits, that occasionally, not too often,
Huh?
not too often,
Millie, thoda se louder, please.
occasionally, but not too often, we would find that the patients would complain and say, "Ye mera dhyan nahi rakhti hai, ya mera dhyan nahi rakhta." He doesn't care. He goes away. She goes away. She does this. She does that. As an MSP, you also have to understand that, as Renuka said, that the caregiver is not equally, is effective. So at some point, take care of yourself, but also learn to say thank you to them, learn to make them understand that you care for what they have done for you and how important it is for you to have them with you and how they make your life so much better. It's good to occasionally say that to your
We
caregiver.
have just 5 minutes left. Can we do a photograph now and thank you note, please?
Can we?
Before that, Ayush sir, thank you so much for responding to questions in the chat. I'm so grateful.
I think please switch on your cameras and let me thank Dr. Kamakshi. Dr. Kamakshi, it has been really, really nice. We would like to have more sessions with you in future, and Dr. Ayush also, because, I feel I always spoke regarding this issue that MS is a young problem, and young people, when they talk, it relates to MS people. It is, I said it all over the world. As a young people should be dealing, the moment you came forward, all of us felt very, very nice that I think today's session should be good and people will understand how to go about, they will listen to them. Like
I must
nobody listens to their
congratulate
mother, but they
Vipasha
will
ji.
listen to the doctor.
One thing, I would like to congratulate the entire MSSI team because the handbook, I think, which the link which has been posted, I knew of the handbook which is officially displayed on the National MS Society, but something of this is available on an Indian platform is new to me. So I must congratulate the entire MSSI to taken that initiative. Please promote it, keep promoting it, because millions of people in India need it. So I think you are doing a great job. So we are
We've been
there
taking
with
out
you,
this
yeah.
handbook since last 22 years. And I think it's only kind of handbook which comes out in India. And we share it with everybody. So we try to make it as other Indian context. And a lot of thanks goes to Meenakshi and Millie, all those people for taking it out and bringing it out,
One more thing I'd like to mention here, Vibhasha ma'am has made a caregiver group in Delhi. I would, the caregivers here, the questions are answered as promptly as possible. So any questions you have, you can post there in the group, WhatsApp group.
Join the Caregivers Connect group and join the MS Connect groups, all localized ones. You'll be able to interact with 40, 50 other people because each group has got something like 40 to 60, 70 people in the group. And believe me, you ask a question, you get the answer, you know, and it is really nice. People really are happy on the Connect groups. So all the time they are chatting. Okay, I have to change my mobile because it's full up now or with all the chat. There are 17 groups you can join on any different platform and carry on. Okay. Dr. Ayush, thank you so much for being there.
Completely.
I don't know whether he's there. Thank you so much. We hope to see you in future. And I think I need to send, a lot of people are queuing up for Dr. Rohit Bhatia, but the poor doctor is, I think, overburdened with too many patients around him. So sometimes I think I have to send to you also and to Dr. Kamakshi also, so that, you know, they meet another young person and they understand the issue properly.
Anytime.
Yes. So thank you, everybody. Thank you, Meenakshi, Milli, and Ragini, and Amita, Pooja, Shalini, Praveen, and of course the doctors for being with us today, and everybody, those 100 and some odd, I think it reached to something like 114, 15 people who attended. I'm very happy that you all came on this thing, on this webinar. Thank you very much. And they are from all over India, so they are listening. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.